What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor, as well as Atlas. You guys can go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. For today, we've got risks in the Northeast, risks in the Midwest, and the Front Range as well. So if you guys are in any of those areas, stay tuned to talk about your hail and wind chances. And then we've also got those risks shifting into the south for tomorrow. So Atlanta, Montgomery, that whole area, you guys got chances for hail and wind as well. And then last but not least, continuing to watch the drought, continuing to watch the tropics. We're really hoping this heat dome kind of passes soon and we can get back to a normal, regularly scheduled programming for severe weather, but we're going to continue to keep you guys updated on all that. But first, before all of our weather, getting into our upcoming events, come see us at the Florida Roofing and Sheet Metal Expo, guys. This is July 19th through the 22nd in Daytona Beach. And you guys can check out all the details you need for that with that link over here at floridaroof.com. So come out and say hello to us there. And then we're also going to be staying in Florida for the Riva the Roofing Machine event. And this one is going to be in Orlando now at the Rosen Center Hotel. So 2 chances to come see us out in Florida, say hello, talk some weather. This one's going to be on July 27th, so come on out for either one of those. Then into yesterday, it was a pretty quiet day, scattered severe events overall. Got some scattered subsevere wind reports in Florida, but then up through Minnesota and Wisconsin, that's where we had, you know, some severe hail moving through, as well as a couple of gusty wind reports here and there, but still not much to speak of reports-wise for the U.S. to yesterday. Today, we still have those scattered risks, and we could see a little bit of an uptick in activity through New England in particular. But, you know, looking at our current conditions in Colorado, we're clear and dry ahead of the Rocky Mountains, and then, you know, behind them, we're getting these storms forming up in those higher elevations, getting ready to push off to the east later this afternoon and evening. And as those go over 25, we should start to see a little bit of severe activity pick up. Then up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, starting to see, you know, a couple of scattered storms developing here and there. Those should really kind of start to amplify here in the next few hours. And as those do, we could see, again, some hail and wind chances with that. And then the bulk of our risk is going to be where we're already seeing severe thunderstorms occurring through New York, Pennsylvania, and then all the way down through the Ohio Valley. Could start to see, you know, again, more activity developing ahead of this cool front. Not really cold enough to be a cold front, but, you know, storms developing ahead of that frontal system and pushing off towards the East Coast with that as it goes. So the rest of us are staying hot and dry. I mean, check out those bright pinks near California and Arizona. Unpleasant conditions across most of the South right now, and you guys know the drill. It's been like this for the past month or so. Not much change in 98 in Dallas, 79 in Atlanta, 91 in Miami. Cooling off a little bit up to the north, 83 in Minneapolis, 79 in Fort Wayne, and that 79 seems like it's, you know, wintry at this point. That's pleasant for the nation here. So, and then we should start to see, again, that front pass through New England, and as that occurs, we should get a little bit more cooling through that area. As far as humidity, it's more of the same yet again. 60 degrees in St. Louis, 71 in Atlanta, 73 in New Orleans. And again, just wherever you see those deep greens or those high values coupled with that heat, that's just where it's real humid and muggy outside, and we've got that through most of the south and the east today here. And then you can see that, you know, starting to dry out just a touch behind that cold front. So looking at our future radar, here we go in Colorado. Quiet right now. We're starting to see those storms bubble up behind the Rocky Mountains, but then they're going to start tracking towards 25 by around 4:30 Central, 3:30 Mountain Time, moving into the Colorado Springs and Pueblo area with a chance for severe hail as well as a couple of gusty winds here and there. We're going to see those storms start to continue developing up through the northern end of Colorado, but unfortunately for y'all in Denver, it looks like they're going to scoot just east of you guys before they really start ramping up. So they may miss Denver with that severe hail chance, but maybe Lyman might get a chance, and Kit Carson as they track eastward. Same with Cheyenne. You guys have a chance here into later this evening and tonight with those storms developing around 10:30 Mountain Time. As those track over, you guys could get some severe hail and wind as well. And then starting to fizzle out into the overnight hours as they move into Nebraska. then on up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, kind of tracking all over here. But, you know, we're starting to see those storms developing in northern Minnesota right now. As those go, we're going to see more isolated cells developing through the northern part of the state. Any of those could produce some rotation, but primarily hail and wind as they continue their way towards Duluth by around 6 p.m. Central. Just north of Minneapolis should continue to see those isolated cells that could be hail producers. Continuing down into Wisconsin by around 10:30 p.m., making a run at Green Bay, but now we're starting to see those cells kind of cluster up and lose that well-defined storm mode that we typically see out of any large hail producers. Then off to the southeast through Michigan into the overnight hours as more of just a thunder and rain threat. So not a whole lot for you guys in Michigan. Then last but not least, checking out our New England risk here. So we've got those storms starting to develop already seeing severe warnings with these, and that's going to continue through this afternoon and evening. So here we are at 12:30 with those isolated hailers, more developing through West Virginia and then all the way up into Maine by 2 p.m. Moving into the Portland, Maine area, could again see some hail with that, as well as Philadelphia as these track over you guys. There we are by 5 Central, 6 Eastern. Could see all risks possible with these as they continue their way towards the coast. And then into the overnight hours, we're going to see those building off to the southeast through Kentucky, through Tennessee, and it should be more scattered there for our severe threat, but a severe threat nonetheless for the southern area, and then things off the coast of New England by the early morning hours. So for hail, we've got chances through Colorado, through the Midwest, and through the Northeast as promised. Jumping down into Colorado, Denver, leaving you out of the risk for, you know, the reasons we mentioned before. Looks like things are going to kind of shift off to the east before they start developing. So, but Pueblo and Cheyenne, you guys do have a chance to see some of those scattered storms today. Could produce some severe hail in the $quarter to $half size range, as well as some of the wind we'll talk about in a second. Then for Duluth, again, you guys could have a chance for some severe hail with those storms that are tracking through the area. And then off into New England, that's where we're going to have the bulk of storms. Looks like we're going to probably get more gusty winds. I think those will be more prevalent today and tonight, but still a chance for maybe some $half sized hail, maybe even a ping pong or golf ball sized hailstone here or there, but that'll be pretty scattered. So low end chance for hail across the board there, but it could be $quarters to $half for anyone that does see a severe storm. And again, a couple of those, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple that ramp up a little bit stronger, could produce some larger hail through the area. Then for wind, same 3 areas there. Looking at Cheyenne and Pueblo for our best chances to see severe weather tonight in the Front Range area. Then on up into Minneapolis or Minnesota area, as well as Wisconsin. Looks like things will stay just north of Minneapolis for the most part. Could get a scattered storm or two, but Duluth is probably going to see more of the bulk of the risk passing over it, as well as Green Bay. Then finally off into New England. Moderate chances for gusty winds. Again, I think that's going to be the more prevalent risk for tonight for you guys. Moderate chance to see some of that as those storms line up and track through. So if you guys are anywhere from Portland to DC, down into Charleston, West Virginia, could get some damaging winds along with those storms that are developing through the area. Then down through the southeast, Tennessee and Kentucky, low end chances with the more scattered storms that are going to be on the back end of that front, but a chance nonetheless. Then into tomorrow, we're going to see that cold front continue off to the south and east, and now moving through Atlanta, Georgia, and South Carolina. So there we are by 12:30, already seeing some storms start to develop just north of Atlanta and through the far western part of North Carolina there. As those track southward, you can see that blow up pretty quickly, moving into the Charlotte area, into Raleigh-Durham, and hanging out just north of Atlanta by 5 Eastern time. Then things will make a run towards Atlanta, towards Montgomery by later in the afternoon and evening. So there we are by 7 Eastern, storms tracking into Atlanta. Now we're losing again though a little bit of that isolation that we like to see for, you know, again, the big time hailers. So still a hail chance nonetheless, but probably looking more primarily at wind through any of this point after about 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Norfolk, Raleigh, Columbia, Atlanta, all you guys in the risk then. Then it's going to continue to travel southeastward off the coast for you guys by around 4 a.m., but then Jackson, Mississippi, a wind threat for you guys as that kind of sinks to the south through the overnight hours and into, let's see, that would be Thursday morning. So here we go for hail. So gonna keep it mostly to that area for tomorrow. So if you guys are anywhere from Jackson to Tupelo to Montgomery, all the way up into North Carolina here, low end chance to see some scattered hail with those storms passing through. Again, Atlanta, watching you guys for that cluster of cells that's going to move through the area, but we're kind of losing that storm mode. So we're going to keep our eye on Atlanta particularly for tomorrow, but not ruling out South Carolina, North Carolina, or anywhere as far west as Mississippi. Then for wind, same area there, and that again is going to be pretty prevalent for you guys in Jackson through Montgomery and up into South Carolina. So anywhere in that region could see some low end chances of some gusty winds with those severe storms tracking through with that cold front for tomorrow. So again, find yourself on the map and there's your risk. But then for later on into this week, we're watching this heat dome, waiting for it to move out of the way. Oklahoma's been horribly hot and muggy with just this ridge that's set up over the south. So we're hoping that eventually it weakens and these troughs can make their way through, but here's what we're looking at right now. We've got this one trough, and that's what's driving our storms on that cooler front that's tracking through New England today. That's going to continue to kind of linger along the coast. There we are by tonight as it makes its way off. But then down into the southeast, we'll see the bottom edge of that trough continue our severe threat into tomorrow for the southeast. And then, again, just going to be hot and dry through a lot of the north. There we are by Thursday. We could see this, this baby trough up in Canada start to produce some severe weather again for the north. And then more chances again for the southeast with this cold front that's going to kind of just hang out through the area for the next few days. Finally, that's going to make its way off the coast by Friday, but then there's not really any trough behind that. I mean, just checking out this pattern, it's this whole big ridge continuing to drive all of that heat, all of that humidity up into the central U.S. and the western U.S., and so really no relief from that coming from this weather pattern unless you guys are in the southeast or the far northern states right now. So just expect a hot one over the next few days. Now, if you guys are in the Gulf states, yeah, we've got those hot conditions, but you guys also do have a little bit of tropical rain that'll kind of help you out with those drought conditions. So this is not expected to really do much in the next 2 days, 10% chance of development, 30% chance in the next 5 days if it can stay in the Gulf of Mexico, but if it moves over land, then it's pretty much done, and you're just going to continue to see rain with that. So we're watching this for tropical development, but for now, it's just going to continue to bring you guys pretty heavy rain over the next few days. And so, you know, we're keeping an eye, but, you know, that's pretty much all we have for you guys for the next 48 hours. Here's our 48-hour rainfall for y'all. If you're along the Gulf Coast where that system is, I'm going to continue to see some sporadic heavy rain with any of that system that tracks onto shore. So New Orleans and the far southern part of Louisiana, that's probably where it's going to get hit hardest with those heavy rainfall conditions. Up to 1.2 inches of heavy rain in Morgan City, Louisiana, almost 1 3/4 of an inch in New Orleans. So, watching you guys for the next 48 hours here, but then once we move off into the Florida Panhandle, hopefully it's just going to be some cooling rain for you guys, but rain nonetheless. Gulfport, Mississippi, 0.93 inches, 0.97 in Destin, Florida. So, close to an inch of rain in a lot of these Gulf areas, almost 2 inches, in New Orleans, and 1.5 inches in southern Louisiana. So, it is what it is. We're going to keep watching that system, and we'll keep you guys updated in the south, as well as the rest of us, for this crazy heat and for our hail and wind chances, as always. If you guys want to follow us, you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and then go ahead and follow us on TikTok to see all of the cool things we do here at our office and some of our storm chasing videos. Then if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can also email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website at hailtrace.com. And, we'll keep you updated again, as always. Thank you guys for watching. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Again, thanks for watching.